The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
Right. It's time to get down to business. With your help, Hamish and Andy are covering off on every topic in the world. And right now, there is no topic more important than
the Hadron Collider.
Before you do a skerrick of work today, make sure you know all there is to know about
A Hadron Collider.
when we talk business, we talk.
At the Hadron Collider.
I'm Peter Harvey. This is Hamish and Andy's Business Brunch, and business starts now.
Thank you, Peter Harvey, there in Canberra for us. Yes, shirts done up, ties are on, Ham. Not tucked in, though, because we're pretty relaxed here at the Business Brunch.
Not just ties today, but lab coats on, goggles on. Pre-wedgie yourself. In case a jock comes in during the show and tries to wedgie you, you can laugh and say, it's already so far up there, I'm in significant pain in my rear end.
They'll still have a go.
They might front wedgie you, and good on them, because they've shown creative ability. Yeah. And that is something that you also need as a scientist. Today, we are talking, and the one and only topic we're talking about today is the Hadron Collider.
Yes.
But do not let that make you throw your radio in the bath, especially not if you're in the bath. Give it a go. Give it a go. I know it could be considered an AM topic. A lot of people don't even know what the Hadron Collider is.
Which I've left you in charge of explaining. You're the Science Magazine subscriber of the group.
Before we begin, though.
Obviously, every group has one Science Magazine subscriber. Hamish buzzed it, so
thanks very
lucky
much.
Him.
Yes, I'm the guy that gets the free planetarium on the front of the magazine. I'll share it around. Hey guys, before we begin and even bother explaining what the Hadron Collider is, maybe a word of warning is a good way to start.
Okay.
As always, you can contribute to the show, hamishandy.com/topics.
Yes, we had circuses yesterday.
The show is just full of thoughts, questions, queries, experiments, ideas. We've got an email here from Steve Jobs, FBI inspector. And I don't want to scare anyone by letting them know the feds are onto us in the first break of the show. Yeah. But his phone number is listed as 911. Checks out his email, stevejobs@fbi.com. I didn't know the FBI was a business.
Okay.
He's 42, lives in Sydney. He says, simply, if you keep colliding all the hadrons, we're going to run out of hadrons. And you know he's serious because attached to his email was a photo of a car full of about 20 baboons. So if you were worried it was going to be too scientific, that is the level we're dealing with.
Well,
we've already had the FBI onto us because we're delving too deep, man. They're scared.
Steve Jobs. Our investigation of the Hadron Collider continues straight after
Has
this.
It started?
It's Hamish and Andy's Business Brunch. This show is all about just knocking off every single topic in the world.
Yep.
26 trillion of them. Yesterday was circuses. Today is the Hadron Collider, Ham.
Showing we can bounce between the two important ends of the spectrum of topics. Silliness and... Circuses. And the Hadron Collider. Very good. Hashtag joke at Biz Brunch.
Anyway, most people have emailed in hamishandy.com/topics. Along these lines, this is from company woman Elizabeth Bennett.
Thank you,
She
Liz.
says, what is the big HC actually used for? I've only ever seen it used for movies. For the Da Vinci Code in Iron Man 2.
Oh, is Iron Man 2? Is it in Iron Man 2?
Apparently he builds one himself, which would take some...
Tony Stark makes the Dick Smith Home Electronics startup kit look like an absolute joke.
It doesn't he?
Tony Stark can build anything at his house.
This one also, what the heck is a Hadron Collider? That came in from a Margaret Lee, which is my mum. Now, I don't often get her on the email spicy chicken sauce 7. So
she's more of a soy and black bean jus 4.
But I thought we could call her so she could hear. I assume it's her. She's just obviously got a few emails. Yeah. Call her so you can give her the explanation.
I'll happily tell her what it is. I didn't do 8 minutes of Wikipedia research for nothing.
Okay, Cackling Jet's got the number there.
Are you calling your mum or the number supplied for this Margley?
It doesn't have a number supplied.
Just assume it's your mum.
Well, yeah.
Margaret Lee speaking.
Spicy chicken.
Hey, Mum.
Hi, darling. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Ignore the opener.
Did you have a...
What are you laughing at?
you're just here with Hamish.
Hi, Margie.
Hi, Hayne. How are you?
Yeah, very good.
How's the wedding?
No, we don't have time.
Lovely, thank you.
We don't have time because we're on the radio.
Love Hadron Collider.
Mum,
As I
do you have
do not call our marital
Did
bed.
you email the show?
No.
Oh.
We got an email from a Marg Lee.
No, you did not.
We did. Margaret Lee.
We're not allowed to make things up on the business brunch.
The email address was spicy chicken sauce 7. That's not yours?
That's not mine.
This sounds,
Okay, well,
you're almost pulling it off, Marg. It sounds very much like you're pretending not to know what we're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking
I think you do. I think you've been busted under your alias Spicy Chicken Sauce. Have you ever made chicken, Marg?
I have made
Has it ever had a sauce?
a long time ago. Yes, I have made a sauce.
Ooh, this is beginning to check out.
Okay. Mum, do you know what the Hadron Collider is?
No, the what?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We've picked a bad topic for our second show, Marg. Well, we haven't picked a bad topic, but it's very much a niche topic.
So Hamish this works out for both Marg Lees then. If there is, in fact, another one, I think it's still my mum. But, Ham, would you mind explaining what the Large Hadron Collider is?
Marg, it's that big science experiment on the France-Swiss border where they accelerate particles to almost the speed of light and crash them into each other.
Well, Ham, you'd know all about that.
I don't know all about it. I know 150 words about it. It cost about $10 billion, and they try and find little bits and pieces of stuff. It's the most expensive science experiment ever built. Did you ever build Andy a science experiment?
No, I have been to science days with him.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have seen one of these there because this was 10 bill, Marg. And they've just created the hottest temperatures ever created in an experiment there. 5 trillion degrees, which is the record for the hottest temperature ever created in an experiment.
That's hotter than the sun.
That's hotter than a Victoria's Secret angel on a trampoline. Hashtag joke.
All right, Mum.
Still there, Marg?
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Lovely speaking.
Lovely speaking to you as well, but now you know.
I do. I'm all the better for it now.
Yeah,
Thank you. We're going to get it. We've got to go to a song here, but we've got about to delve into some real deep questions that people have had about the Large Hadron Collider.
That's impressive, though. I mean, that, and then they're smashing particles, and they're trying to, well, people were worried it's going to be a black hole as well, didn't they?
That was some of the concerns, yeah, but that turned out to be obviously it didn't happen. We would have noticed.
Today's topic is the Large Hadron Collider, the most expensive science experiment ever taken.
Now, you don't need to know a lot about this thing. A lot of people... Someone just wrote in simply saying, hang on a sec, isn't that just the big donut buried under Switzerland?
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the way a lot of people think of it.
I feel about it that way.
But it's also okay if you do know a lot about it. That's why we want to encourage you on Business Brunch. Every day will be a new topic. You can know heaps about it, or you can have questions about it. There's no such thing as a bad question. I've got an email here, Ando.
Fast business?
Fast business. Let's do fast business. We're just going to snap through a few of these because we've got a lot to get through. We're only on for an hour. Got an email here from someone that does know a lot about it.
Great.
But also I can tell from the tone, doesn't want people to feel bad because they don't know a lot about it. Okay. I mean, you might know a lot about something else. That's okay. There's no judging. There's no cool topic to know a lot of stuff about.
Well, this is an uncool one. I mean, this is...
Well, it's a very intellectual topic, and
Yeah.
it requires some knowledge of particle physics, and I know that's not everyone's cup of tea.
No.
But the person that's emailed in here does know a lot. And that's I'm just trying to defend them because I don't want it to sound like they're bragging.
Okay. Because
I want people to feel very welcome to email the show and show off your knowledge. It's from Falcon the Pickle Smuggler. They're 72. They're infinity. Oh, no, their phone is 72. Their age is infinity. Okay. He's male. So
What's Falcon say?
Falcon the Pickle Smuggler has written in, I don't understand a lot about this fancy science wizardry, but it's my belief that the Hadron Collider is secretly a cannon that shoots cheese at the sun.
Okay.
As we all know, the sun is the moon's enemy, and the moon is made of cheese.
So he's throwing his own body parts at the sun.
New paragraph, science.
Okay.
So what the Hadron Collider is doing is throwing cheese at the sun to somehow even the balance between sun and moon and raise the cheese level of the sun.
Well, I think on a par with that for fast business is Jeff, who has emailed in, my auntie bought me a Hadron Collider when I was a kid, when I was sick, which I don't think she did because they're $9 billion. Then Jeff has attached a photo of Power Rangers
And look what I made.
And it's
Just by smashing the Wiggles together with helmets. Look what I created.
And it includes the Green Ranger. So my guess, that picture's taken from a later series. I think the Green Ranger came in.
Took him a little while.
2 or 3.
Took him a little while to get him. Yeah. Still on Fast Business.
Okay.
Got one here. Hadron Collider says, now there's a theory that when the particles collide, it was going to cause a nuclear explosion. Then company man Cameron Burke sent this in. He said, now that's bad news for almost everyone, except it was believed that a few humans that cannot be affected by nuclear radiation would live on and reproduce, therefore creating a new population of superhumans.
Right.
I looked this up. I don't know who it was believed by. It certainly wasn't one of the official outcomes stated by the European Nuclear Organization who built it. At no point does it say we're doing this to extinguish all humans except those who are impervious to radiation to create a breed of superhumans. But still, like I said, get involved. There's no such thing as a bad comment.
Facebook Fast Biz here, Ham.
Yeah.
This is from company woman Julia Wedmore, I think one of the first international people to business brunch. She's in London. She's been to the Hadron Collider.
Oh my God.
We've actually, putting aside the Power Rangers and people throwing cheese at the sun.
We've actually got someone now, someone finally sifting through just absolute trenches of emails.
Said school science trip from London.
Still a long way. Still an international trip.
To the LHC. She calls it the Large Hadron Collider. When I say we went there, I'm not sure if the teacher got it right because we just walked above it, above ground. We weren't allowed to go underground, and the closest we got was to a piece of piping coming out of the museum, which leads me to believe, is it actually there?
It's a good point. All we've ever seen is photos.
Could be a guy doing Photoshop and they've just pocketed 9 billion.
And the thing about when you're showing people evidence of experiments that have never been done before, how are we going to... We've got nothing to compare it to.
No.
If they said, oh, look, we'll set up a lab for you and make little paper mache volcanoes. We've got enough of those to go. We can tell you if you do your job or not.
If this is a $9 billion volcano or not.
This guy could have just built anything and gone, yeah, sure. It's how small are the particles? Oh, they're so small. You wouldn't believe it. You must see them. I'll put one in your hand. Can you feel it? No, they're tiny. Enjoy. Thanks for the 10 bill.
The topic is Hadron Collider, the big science experiment on this Swiss-Franco border.
Where James Franco goes to enjoy Swiss chocolate.
Warwick Carter, company man, Warwick Carter Ham has emailed in hamishandy.com/topics. And he says apparently the Hadron Collider was named to offer the scientists there this anagram, heroic landlord.
Is it an anagram of heroic landlord?
Yes, Hadron Collider does, if you rearrange the letters, change to heroic landlord. He said a pickup line that a lot of the scientists were using on the old CSIRO ladies.
As if they wouldn't be going for the old switch the R and the D round.
So he said that this has been used. He goes, then I did a bit more research on the anagrams, and Arnold Chloride is also an anagram, which sounds like a bad comic book hero. Anagrams are cool. It's how he finishes.
Well, that is a good example that, sure, even if it's a topic that you might not have expertise on, it's still possible to write in with some thoughts or some ideas. Now, I'm not sure heroic landlord was the king of the pickup lines.
No.
I mean, you're out in the single world, Ando. How are anagrams going as a pickup line?
It's around a 33% where you're getting success rate.
You know, an anagram of got high is hot guy. Kiss? Is that what you're doing?
Yes. He went on to say it sounds like a bad comic book hero, Arnold Chloride, an anagram of Hadron Collider. And you and I aren't convinced.
Arnold Chloride would be a great hero.
In a town where water pollution problems arise every day.
Okay, kids, let's practice our side stroke. That's it. Grab the imaginary apple, pop it in the imaginary basket. Grab the imaginary apple, pop it in the imaginary basket. Is that poo?
Oh my god, it's a poo!
All right, kids, stay calm, save yourselves. Oh, God, why me? Not again. Why are there so many poos in the pool?
The sanitation of pools worldwide rests on the shoulders of one man.
Master Chloride, this city needs you.
They don't need me.
Dusty old house. We're all coughing.
A man willing to overcome adversity and free the people.
Billy, it's closing in on your ankles. Swim!
I'll grab it. He's using his hands.
My God, his naturally disinfecting sweat has made the pool safe to swim in again immediately. Thank you, sir. But what is your name?
Arnold Chloride. In cinemas soon.
Ooh, does he have a love interest? That'd be good, wouldn't it, kids? If old Poo Mitts had a love interest.
Hamish and Andy.
We're just finishing up with
Odds and ends. Have you got any odds and ends?
Yeah. Well, this one.
Sorry, other business.
Other business.
We've not cleared odds and ends. That was not very businessy.
This one came in from Carl Danger Morris.
Mm-hmm. Not quite as good as Falcon the Pickle Smuggler.
But he persists by saying his full name is Carl Danger Morris, and then his email has danger in it, Carl Danger.
So it probably is.
I reckon there's a real chance of
genuine
being
danger.
He says that, sure, sciencey stuff's great, but when they're done with all that, he'd love to see he'd love to see the Hadron Collider, which is this big tunnel where they've been smashing particles together and getting them up to high speeds. Would love to see a chicken nugget and a piece of steak go head to head and create kind of a steak and nugget.
Oh yeah, battered beefy chicken meat.
Yeah, well, to me, I don't think we need
I think
$9 billion.
I think there's much better foods you can collide if we're on the topic.
But my feeling is we don't need a $9 billion project just to throw a nugget and a steak down there. I mean,
let's not forget that's probably how they invented nuggets anyway. In a collider, they probably collided a chip and a piece of chicken together, and it became battered.
Yep.
So you quick to brush aside sciencey stuff, but that's actually probably how they did it.
I would have thought a mince machine with a steak and chicken might be a more tasty way of creating a steak.
I don't think anyone wants steak and chicken to be put together. I do encourage the idea, though, of colliding different foods together, because I think the way it works is you put the atoms in one end, and they
as in the collider does.
Yeah, the collider, because it's a donut.
Yeah.
You and I, you're at the gate. Yeah. You pop them in, like if you've ever seen mouse racing and stuff through the tubes.
Okay, yeah.
You pop them in, and then they whiz off in opposite directions, and they smash on the other side.
Not the mice; they normally just.
You can put mice in there. Maybe you could, because a mice, if it's whizzing atoms around at the speed of light, it could probably get a mouse up to 100 k's. So if you wanted to whiz a mouse around into a piece of cheese or something to see what happens, you'd be kicked out. Yeah. But it's still an interesting thought experiment.
Yeah. Well, what food would you then collide?
Well, let's see. I mean, this is what happens usually when you're a little bit boozed and you come home late at night. Yeah. It's exactly the same theory. I think you'd put peppermint ice cream in a Tim Tam or something like that, or you put peanut butter and a hot dog.
Again, I think that experiment's safe in your own house, and you get probably more.
I'd like
to
see them smash. It might be a tastier particle that it creates in your mouth. Could they accelerate two humans around? Like, could you and I get in there with the gridiron gear on, and we wouldn't get to the speed of light because we're heavier than one particle. Yeah. We're hundreds of particles. But we've got your finger particles, your leg particles.
We'd certainly get to a speed which would result in considerable damage to the both of us, and probably no one living.
God, it seems like fun though, doesn't it? Sort of seems like the luge. Hey, just while we're still on other business, I think this is probably an important one to discuss for today while we're doing the Hadron Collider. This is from company man Alex, and I want this to be... he sets a good example because he's brave enough to speak up.
Okay.
He's brave enough to look at the business being discussed and just go, I don't care for it.
Okay.
I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I think he's on the line. Alex, are you there?
I am, Hamish. How you going, mate?
Very good, mate. I'll just read your email quickly. It's brief. Question. Who cares about this? Is what Alex writes. 2008 and Wikipedia. That's who. So he's telling us it's 5 years old and only Wikipedia cares about it anymore. Then he finishes by going, better topic, crazy dads. Hey, Alex.
Yep.
We hear your protest.
Yeah.
One of the topics for next week. We'll make next Tuesday's topic.
Oh, actually, pick a day, Alex.
Yeah, what day do you want it? What day do you want crazy dads on next week?
No, I'm happy with Tuesday.
Yeah,
Doesn't have to be. It could be Wednesday.
Can't wait for it.
Can't wait for it. We need Crazy Dads.
The next available day.
As
He
soon as
wants
we
it.
can. We've got 2 more business brunches this week, and then next Tuesday, kick off that week with Crazy Dads.
We've got
Yep,
housemates.
nice and fresh.
Nice and fresh. Everyone's got plenty of time to think about Crazy Dads. We'll put the other 3 topics randomly selected up, HamishAndy.com.
We'll put them up straight away up the show.
/
Crazy
topics.
Dads.
Crazy Dads is definitely going to kick off the week.
Is your dad crazy, Alex? I mean, did you have
Kick
that
us off
story?
with a Crazy Dad story, Alex.
I'll have a story for you guys.
Okay, good. Smart.
I won't talk about it now, but Tuesday I'll have a
No,
Alex,
Alex,
you are fast.
Hadron Collider.
You are fast becoming the poster boy for doing what he wants and sticking to his own agenda. You protest Hadron Collider. You're not giving his Crazy Dads too early. You stick to your goals. That's what we like about you, Al. You'll be the first cab off the rank next Tuesday.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Look forward to it.
Cheers. Thank you very much for listening to the breakfast brunch today.
Look, it was full of surprises. I did not expect the phrase poo mitts to come up whilst we were talking about the Hadron Collider, nor did I expect Falcon the Pickle Smuggler to email in. So you never know what you're going to get.
The podcast is available, HamishAndy.com. You want to contribute, you got to follow it to /topics. We will catch you tomorrow. I believe it's, is it Housemates tomorrow?
Housemates tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then Friday's business brunch is Childhood Gangs, and that'll round out the week.
We hope you enjoyed your first hour off of work.
That was the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.